Uh, as you could probably tell from my facial expressions, that I am experiencing a lot of disgruntment. And that being that this is probably my 20th time in recording this video, right? And why so? It's because I'm not comfortable with this mode of expression. I mean, I'm not comfortable expressing myself to other people, period. But that's a personal thing, right? Not something that I'm going to impose upon INTPs. Anyway, so what is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is actually pretty basic, in that I just want to I just want to express myself, and that's really the disclaimer that, in terms of the indication, right? I have not explicitly stated it, but I'm going to state it now that this video is probably going to be disorganized. And that being that I'm not so experienced in expressing myself to the point that what I express is actually congruent with what I think. Or maybe it is, and what I think is not that important, but I've not come to terms emotionally with just that sort of feeling. But yeah, here goes. So I'm expressing myself, and what is it about me that is interesting? Well, I'd probably say is that I thought about MBTI a lot to have formed frameworks about really all the cognitive functions. Not that it's unique or that it's probably right, because I have yet to, receive validation in the form of FE uh, about what I thought, but just to state that I have thought about it already. Uh, with that said, I might as well go forth what I do know about my own personality type, which is the INTP. Now, the INTP, with respect to Myers-Briggs, and as expressed through my own interpretation of what the INTP is uh, it's a personality type, right? So 8 functions comprise the INTP: TI, NE, SI, FE. Then the shadow functions of TE, NI, SE, and FI. Right, so we use all 8 functions, but we value the top 4 the most. What does this mean? It means that we stay to ourselves a lot, right? We we are primarily judgers, so while we may not appear as judgmental, that is because we introvert our judgment. And what this means is that we value stability, but unlike ENTJs, right, which have the opposing functions of the INTP, right, instead of them valuing external stability, we value internal stability. So what this means is that uh, we introvert our judgment, and because of the structure of the MBTI, where you can't have 2 functions, that being either judging or perceiving functions, to be paired with another perceiving or judgment function that is basically the same type of function. You can't have those paired together. Because of that, that means that we are auxiliary perceivers. So being introverted, that means that we extrovert our perceiving functions, which is why we appear to be really rather chill to talk to, right? Unless of course, we have gotten secure enough with our TI that we have allowed some elements of our TI to be expressed through any, right? This really goes above the cognitive functions. This is really more of egocentric sort of thing, right? I mean, other channels have talked about this. They have talked about this with amazing clarity. The now deceased channel, Michael Castillo, he used to make a lot of good videos about this, but specifically, I'm just going to focus on the cognitive functions. So, what's next? Well, NE is next, right? So, unlike our cousin types, the ISTPs, the INTPs, we do not approach the eternal world with the precision of really the precision of what's going on at a given moment, like the ISTPs do, but rather as how things could be headed given our interpretation at a given moment, right? So we more indirectly perceive the external world, right? And that's really what NE is about. NE is about uh, NE is about the really in its most purest form, right? Not talking about its relationship to other cognitive functions to the INTP, but really by itself. NE is about uh, looking at the environment, seeing infinite possibilities, then acting upon it, right? Uh, that's assuming that there is certain knowledge for NE to act upon, and that's where it relates to INTP. That NE is an auxiliary function, so it's not as strong as TI is for the INTP, and rather it really just tends to act to serve the TI's foothold on things.